Right then, in this video we explore an abandoned resort hotel in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. Let's begin. So we go along the beach to the abandoned hotel, and there was actually a lot of abandoned hotels in Sharm el Sheikh. In fact, there's a lot of abandoned buildings in general, and when you see these buildings when they're actually abandoned, it really shows up how nastily cheaply built a lot of these places are. Actually, what all of these places are. Building quality is very low in Sharm el Sheikh. Sharm el Sheikh is a tourist beach resort destination. It is a tourist trap with the literal meaning of a tourist trap. You're literally trapped in the city. There's a wall around it. You can't leave. It really is a trap. But all of the locals try their absolute hardest to make you part of your money for a load of crap. Let's just say Sharm el Sheikh is my least favourite beach resort destination. Considering I actually really like beach resort destinations, I did not particularly like Sharm el Sheikh. It is a very strange place. I'm still glad I came here to see it, but it is very bizarre. So then, we now walk up these stairs into the abandoned resort. This resort's been abandoned for a few years. I'm guessing it's probably abandoned due to COVID, but I'm not entirely sure. There are a lot of resorts in Sharm el Sheikh. More resorts, just in purely terms of numbers, than pretty much any other resort city I know of in the entire world. It is huge. So this here's a little area above a beach. This is where maybe a lifeguard would stand, and there's some steps up to the main part of the resort. If you take a look at the brickwork, I'm not actually sure if the resort looked like this when it was open. Actually, I'm not even sure if this resort ever did fully open or if it went abandoned before it opened. I actually don't know. I would say it doesn't look that particularly wonderful. It does look quite cheap, but that is kind of what most of these places are like over here. The resorts in Sharm el Sheikh are very featureless. They look exactly like this. And even though you can see this place is abandoned, it's not that much different to an active resort. Like, an active resort would be a bit cleaner, but it's still not much to it. It's very basic, bare minimum sort of resort, very featureless, the exact opposite of what resorts are like in the Canary Islands, where they are literally full of features and interesting buildings, while in Sharm el Sheikh, little tiny buildings where there's not really that much to say about them. Although this is probably the most fun of all the resorts, simply because it's abandoned, which means you go and explore it without people pestering you all the bloody time, which seems to be like what happens in Sharm el Sheikh. So you can see here what the buildings look like. And although the building features, like the decoration on the outside of a building, is usually different between the resorts, they're not that much different, to a point where if you're in one resort you really can't tell it apart from another one because they're all so similar. So we walk along to this part where we've got a sign that says pool rules, and by the deterioration of the sign it sort of gives away how long ago it actually went abandoned. And over here there is a rope bridge, which is a very nice thing to see. This is probably the only feature in this resort that actually made it stand out from the others, because to be honest these resorts are much of a likeness, but this rope bridge is actually a very nice thing to see, so let's go on it. I hope it's still in safe condition considering it's been abandoned quite a while. Oh well, let's go on it anyway. So across to the other side of the rope bridge and the abandoned resort continues. Some views of this, it doesn't look so abandoned, apart from the plants are a bit overgrown and the plants are dead where they haven't been watered, and apart from the ground's a bit grubby. Apart from those things, it's not really that different in looking to how an active resort looks over here. And we now go up to the water slides. The water slides are a very nice feature in this resort. Although the fiberglass of these slides looks like it has deteriorated quite a bit. This area of the water slides does look quite nice actually, the way these water slides sort of go round the rock area. That is quite a nice feature to it. Although the water slides of that rope bridge are probably the only two bits of the resort that actually feel like a feature, because the rest of the resort is so bland. So we now continue to take a look around the resort. And we now go along to this bridge area, which leads up to this little bar thing. And I'm not sure if this originally had water going around it or it was just like an empty rock feature area. And this bar looks like this. And you can see here it's abandoned. It's quite small actually compared with the amount of people I'd have in this resort. And if we take a look outside of this bit, we can also see there's a staircase that goes up to the roof level of it. So then, let's now go along to the resort hotel rooms. And let's take a look in one of the rooms. And it looks like this. You've got a little bathroom area. This bit looks very abandoned. And you've got here two beds. What I find weird is the actual rooms of a lot of these hotel resorts look quite dated really, compared with the style that most people would come to expect for a hotel. I don't know, I find this styling a bit old-fashioned looking. And now we go along to the swimming pool area, and the swimming pool looks like this. I'm guessing the swimming pool probably wasn't heated, so it most likely was very cold to swim in. And also, there is the dreaded water bar. There's also this thing, which I'm not sure if that's meant to be a working vehicle or if that was always meant to be just a decoration. And we now go down to this part of the resort, and let's take a look at some more resort hotel rooms. All the rooms pretty much look the same, there's not really that much to them. And you've got the bathroom, and if you look at this door here, you've got the walkways to the different hotel rooms. And now let's go along to the spa. This resort actually has a spa area, and you go along to the reception area. You've got a sauna over here. You've got a room with a bed in there. And you've got a gym over here with lots of gym equipment in it. So we now walk down the stairs to the main part, the spa. And this has got an indoor pool. Quite a small indoor pool, probably because indoor pools are quite expensive to heat. So we go back upstairs, and this resort's actually pretty big, like all of the resorts in Sharm el-Sheikh. This one goes about 500 metres from one end to the other, so it is a big resort. But all identical, like all of the buildings look exactly like this, and it never deviates. All little tiny buildings, the ground floor and first floor, all in the exact same pink colour. And if we take a look down on the beach level, just out to sea is this island. This island is actually owned by Saudi Arabia. And I think this is the closest I've ever been to Saudi Arabia. And up here we've got the main reception building to the resort. And it is at this point I noticed there were some workers in the resort and I had to leave. So I leave this resort and go across the road to what looks like part of the same resort on the other side of the road. It all looks quite similar, same sort of pink painted concrete, and on this side of the road there's also some little shops in it, some very small tatty shops. And upstairs it looks like this. And now we go along to a bit of resort which is unfinished, and from here you can really see how cheaply built these resorts are. The walls are made of very cheap, nasty looking bricks. Although these bricks are not structural, they're just there for decoration. The ceiling's made of concrete and it's got concrete supports on it. But look at how uneven the ceiling is. There's not much quality control that's gone into the building.
So they're using wood as a mould to pour the concrete. So rather than using metal, this is wooden bits. You see bits of wood made your mould and your concrete goes in. And most of the bits where the joins are and bits of concrete are not nicely done. Like see there, that's clear join on two concrete pours. Not nicely done. The quality of that concrete is not to the standard I'm used to in England. It's cheap. Then these infill bricks are particularly cheap, but those are not structural. I don't think, no, concrete structural bricks aren't. So I guess you want fairly lightweight cheap bricks for that, but you can tell how cheaply done these places are. So cheap. Like even just look at the brickwork, look how badly pointed that is. Such a rough finish. I know it's meant to be plastered over, but still it's rough. Look at that. Not very good bricklaying. Everything in this resort is cheap, like the absolute bare minimum. I used to think Spain was cheap, but at least Spain you get tall buildings and you get interesting lifts and you get lots of interesting features in the resorts. These resorts are literally absolute bare minimum to make a resort and no more.